Ephesians 4:18 and 19. They are darkened in their understanding, alienated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to their hardness of heart. They have become callous and have given themselves up to sensuality, greedy to practice every kind of impurity. Hospital says patient could not have been raped because alleged attacker was transgender. In other words, this alleged attacker was a trans woman. Always remember, the word trans, if you interpret it in order to understand what they are trying to brainwash you with, trans equals fake. So if they say trans man, change trans to fake man. That means that's a biological woman. Fake man is really a woman. Trans woman is fake woman, is really the opposite of what they're trying to say it is. It's a biological man. So a trans woman is a fake woman, is a real biological man. That's a fact. That's a biological fact. Scientific method, we can prove it, okay? XY chromosome, XX chromosome. Now, some may say, oh yeah, but some you get XXXXY or X. No, let's get it straight. If you've got a Y chromosome in your chromosomal makeup, you are male. If you've got XXXY, you got that Y, you're a male. If you've got no Y, you're a female. No matter how they want to play these little games they're trying to play with us and change definitions, that's the reality. That's the scientific reality. Okay, so transgender, trans fake, and this is in reference to a trans woman, a fake woman being allowed with a penis onto a real woman's ward in the NHS. This is what this is in reference to, okay? So remember that. The incident has drawn attention to the impact of self-ID in hospitals and other institutions like the police, with Baroness Nicholson of Winterburn calling on Westminster's Lords to scrap it. Okay, so I'll say it again. So what's happened here is a trans woman, a fake woman with a penis, was allowed on a ward. And one of the other real women were raped by this fake woman, trans woman, on that ward. Now listen to how the hospital staff, listen to how the hospital tried to get away with this. In total denial. In total denial. Well, it couldn't have happened because there are only women on that ward. Yes, it's called gaslighting. I'll read on. A patient who was raped by a transgender woman, fake gender woman, on a hospital ward could not have been raped because their attacker is defined as a woman. Heard the House of Lords. Wow, the insanity! The insanity! Police were told by hospital staff that the reported incident was not true, telling officers there was no male in the hospital. Therefore, the rape could not have happened. Yes, that's how it permeated the psyche. The insanity that is being allowed to occur. And I'm now a transphobe because I state the obvious. And obviously, the woman who claimed she was raped, and it was found she was raped, was obviously labelled the same, and she was gaslighted. It couldn't have happened, my dear, because there's no males on this ward. It's all women. I've just seen a 25-inch penis heading towards me from that bed there. Yes, folks, insanity. It could not have happened. During a debate on single-sex hospital wards, Baroness Nicholson of Winterburn, a Conservative Life P, shared the story which left the victim on the edge of a nervous breakdown. You know what? Women, you need to stand up to this. You know, this is an attack on women. This is men abusing women again. And it's being encouraged and allowed to happen. Women's rights. They've been standing up to get their rights for decades. They got them, and now there's these perverts. And also the system and the state is allowing this to happen. Men are abusing women by pretending they're not men, they're women. Wow! The hospital was able to tell a straightforward lie, she said, adding that only a year after the reported assault took place and after CCTV and witness statements were taken were the hospital willing to admit to the incident. So they had to present all the evidence before they admitted to the incident, knowing full well there was a biological male on the ward with biological females. And because he said, I want to be a lady, I want to be a lady. Wow, insane. Are you part of this narrative? Am I a transphobe in your eyes now? Because I'm protecting or standing up for women, biological women. Goodness me, it's like Nicola bloody Sturgeon. Couldn't define and say what a woman or bloke was, a biological woman, because she was allowing men with willies into women's prisons to rape them because they said, I want to put a dress on, I'm now a lady. My goodness me, are you so retarded, so insane, so mad, you can't see this? Wow! Unbelievable! Lady Baroness said the hospital forgot that there were CCTV, nurses and observers. Oh dear. Nonetheless, it has taken nearly a year for the hospital to agree that there was a male on the ward, and yes, this rape happened. During that year, the woman, who has almost come to the edge of a nervous breakdown because being disbelieved about being raped in hospital has been such an appalling shock. The hospital, with all the CCTV, has had to admit that the rape happened and that it was committed by a, guess, wait for it folks, man. This is the hospital. I know the hospital now are going to be labelled transphobes. Man. Man. The alleged attack at an undisclosed hospital is a situation that has been warned of by campaigners who seek to protect single-sex places. It is being investigated by the police, but the legal definition of rape means that only a man can be accused, leading to criticism of gender ideology within the NHS. So, me, let's just say hypothetically, right folks, I'm now a lady, even though I'm a biological male. I get put onto a hospital ward full of biological females. I'm labelling myself as a woman, a fake woman, a trans woman. I raped the woman in the bed next to me, okay? Now, because I raped the woman in the bed next to me, claiming to be a trans fake woman, because I'm not claiming to be a man, or I'm no longer recognised as a man in the insanity of what's going on, even though I am a man, because only rape on women can be carried out by men, therefore it didn't happen. That's called gaslighting, folks. This gives priority to trans people over women. Yes, it does. It gives priority to men. Men claiming to be women over women. In sport, men dominating, abusing women. You never hear of a trans fake man who's really a biological woman wanting to compete in sports of men. Do you? No. this same thing is happening there. Women's rights are being obliterated, smashed to pieces. Your sister, your daughter, your mother, your grandmother, your niece, your great niece, your cousin, female cousins are all now being lined up to be abused by the abusers, the mutilators of the flesh, and it's being allowed, it's being sanctioned by our state, by our government, and by organisations that are supposed to protect. This is insanity. Insanity. You think this guy's lost the plot? No, I haven't. If you believe this should be happening, you've lost the plot. I'm the only sane person listening, watching, whatever. You need to listen and understand. I think it's completely wrong that the National Health Service should be instructing or allowing staff to mislead patients, to tell a straightforward lie. She said, it is not acceptable. It's downright criminality. Criminality. She is now calling for the policy to be scrapped because it undermines the safety provision of single-sex wards that were voted for in Parliament. The NHS were not lying. There was no mail on them. Lady Nicholson said the healthcare policy undermines the provision of single-sex wards which were voted in Parliament to protect women. She said the addition of the self-identification clause in Annex B meant Parliament has been ignored and bypassed. The policy is being reviewed by the NHS, but critics have labelled the review flawed because Dr. Michael Brady, who advises NHS England on LGBT issues, has told campaigners the commitment from the team leading on the review is supporting the maintenance strengthening of trans rights in the update. So, it's trans rights, it's trans rights, it's trans rights, and everybody else's rights goes over the wall, disappears into insignificance, and you're a hater, how dare you speak about and tell the truth. Trans men are fake men. Trans women are fake women. How dare you? Lord Atherton, QC, argued that the current policy was entirely appropriate and consistent with the anti-discrimination law in the Equality Act. Responding to the news, Scotland's Murray Blackburn Mackenzie MBM group say that this is a view consistent with how rape is viewed in policy. In police records. The Scottish Government will have the opportunity to look how sex is recorded in the police records for those accused or convicted of rape during the upcoming Petitions Committee. A screenshot of a comment, listen to this folks, a screenshot of a comment from a Twitter user stating that to say the victim was raped by a man would be transphobic has been picked up by MBM. A screenshot of a comment stating that to say the victim was raped by a man would be transphobic. Wow. Unbelievable. It is said it's horrendous that she was raped. Though your transphobic views are wrong, the NHS were not lying. There was no male on the ward. She was raped by a woman, not... Dear me. Dear me, oh my goodness me, yes, you can't see me. Believe me, you don't want to see me right now. No. Anyway, I'm back. I'll say this again. It said it's horrendous that she was raped. Though your transphobic views are wrong, the NHS were not lying. There was no male on the ward. She was raped by a woman, not a man. So we have here an absolute fool, an idiot whose conscience has been seared. They calling people transphobic. Transphobic. Because they called this man a man. The NHS were not lying. There was no male on the ward. There was a male on the ward. She was raped by a woman, not a man. That's in itself a contradiction to the law because in all states you can't be raped by a woman. You've got to have a penis. So in that state, how can this one still claiming that this is a woman also claim that she was raped? You see, Lucy Hunter Blackburn from MBM said, when perception conflict, whose matter, the victim or the perpetrator? The view below is not a Twitter oddity, but represents what is now the official position of the police and courts. If you think you missed the stage when we agreed this is a society, however, you'd be right. Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female. Male and female, he created them.